This episode of Techno Buffalo is brought to you by Atlassian. What is up, guys? Ron Purdy here from Techno Buffalo, and if you guys have been paying attention, Monday was the Apple event. It's up in Cupertino. We're located down in Southern California, and I've never been to an Apple event. So, while John covered the new iPhone and the new iPad, I wanted to do a little vlog-style video covering my trip and my experience as a first-timer at an Apple event and share that with you guys, considering a lot of you probably haven't had that opportunity either. So we are located in Southern California, meaning we had to fly up. Now, while I thought fly, I meant commercial flight. That being said, we got to go private, which was crazy. I've never flown private before. It was such a cool experience. A little bit trippy looking over your shoulder and seeing the pilot. Amazing nonetheless. We got up there and drove up to the Apple campus, got there pretty quickly, and were immediately taken by our host to the executive floor. Now, it sounds self-explanatory, but I did trip out a little bit when she was like, yeah, Tim's office is up here. What she meant was Tim Cook, Apple CEO. And Steve Jobs' office also used to be on this floor, so a lot of history. And speaking of history, that's kind of the gist I got from Apple campus. As you walk around, you see a ton of massive black and white photos of Steve Jobs, quotes that he said, really, really cool stuff. We made our way to the town hall in the Infinite Loop 1, which is where the event was hosted, and immediately Tim Cook took the stage. Now, we were very lucky and got close to front row seats. We got second row seats because front row is for executives only. And so right in front of us was Phil Schiller, Eddie Q, Tim Cook, just awesome group of people who you normally always see on stage, so it was kind of trippy seeing them in person. A couple cool things that happened during the event were not the product announcements, but a woman named Lisa actually announced Liam, who is a robot. He deconstructs old iPhones in their effort to treat the environment better and go 100% renewable energy. They said that over the last 2 years, they've gotten to 93% renewable energy, so good for them. Next stop is the press room where we get our hands on with the devices. Now, this is mayhem in here. People who are in the press are very, very thirsty for products, and so it's very hard to maneuver around. That being said, I managed to do so. My thoughts on the iPhone SE are that it's a really cool device for people who are coming in at a low budget and for new emerging markets across the world. That being said, for us, it's really nothing new or interesting. It's an iPhone 5S with some upgraded innards from the 6S, so that is that. As per the iPad Pro, it's never really been the device for me, and part of what I understood was that what made the iPad Pro was the large display along with the processing. What they've done is shrunk it down now to the 9.7 inch, essentially cannibalizing the iPad Air 2, which has now been demoted to a sort of last gen device. I don't mind the features being added to the iPad Pro now. I just don't like the way they pitched it, as this is a full-on Pro device during the conference. Although if you guys want more on my beef with Apple and the word Pro, check out the link above on my rant about it. One thing John didn't get to mention in his 2 videos were the Apple Watch bands. Now, Apple just came out with their new nylon band and a couple other colors and combinations of leather and other Milanese bands, the black Milanese. They all look pretty cool, they all look fine. I don't really want to comment on the looks because it's really such a personal preference thing and there's so many different options. People have different tastes when it comes to fashion, so do what suits you. But as a whole, everything felt high quality. The nylon bands I've heard are going to be coming in at $50, which is a little bit overpriced, or a lot overpriced for nylon bands. Then again, it's Apple, so what do you really expect? The black Milanese band will be priced at $150, just like the silver one, so that pricing stays the same. So that was pretty much it. Those were my experiences at the Apple event as a first timer. The event was really cool. Flying private was awesome, once in a lifetime experience. The event itself, as per the products, were pretty underwhelming if I'm honest. We did get to hit up the Apple retail store on campus on our way out, which is the only retail store where they sell merchandise branded by Apple. So Andrew did pick up a Apple mug. I resisted. And the rest of the story ends with me sitting, editing, recording this voiceover, and trying to get this video to you guys. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you guys like these sort of story-oriented videos? We get to do a lot of really cool things working in tech journalism, and you guys don't really get to see it or experience it. So sometimes I just think it's cool to share these unique experiences with you guys. But let me know if you're interested. If you're not, if you hate it, please let me know in the comments below. Be sure to check out John's coverage of the Apple event as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. I'd like to take a quick second to thank our friends over at Atlassian, which is a mouthful, at Atlassian. They're an awesome company that essentially builds collaboration softwares to help teams work at their highest efficiency and work together collaboratively and to accomplish awesome things. They have 4 tools: Jira, which allows you to assign and manage tasks within a project and within team members; Confluence, which allows you to create and share content and organize results to bring new team members up to speed, which is always a challenge for any of you who have worked within a group of people. They have HipChat, which is their IM and video chat device, so everybody can stay in touch and stay in contact. Their goals as a company are very admirable, which is just to help teams function at their highest efficiency and their highest productivity so that you can be more creative, achieve bigger goals, get more things done, and essentially make the world a better place. So props to them for that. I highly recommend going and checking them out at Atlassian.com to learn more. Again, that's Atlassian.com to help build something awesome.